Thanks for checking out this haul video. So let me go ahead and go over everything I got from Vinegar Syndrome for their October releases. This doesn't include absolutely everything. I am a subscriber, so I did get a lot of included movies for October, but then there was one additional one that I purchased, and then also included in this is the April Fool's Day item that they were selling. And let me show you my stack. You can see part of the April Fool's Day thing on top, which I'll get that done first. But I wasn't expecting this. I'll just get into it. This is part of the April Fool's Day item. And for people who don't know, every April Fool's Day, they will have an item that is fake that you can purchase for whatever it is. I think this year it was like $25. It'll end up including a movie when they do ship it towards the end of the year, which ends up being October at the moment. But I didn't expect that they would actually send a Frisbee as well. So it says throwing disc. And the interesting thing about that is that they then have I don't know the technical term for it. I'm sure there is one. But where you put the disc for a Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. I think that's funny because you could put one there and then throw it, and it literally then is a throwing disc. So I thought that was kind of funny and clever. I could use this with my wife, honestly. We did talk at one point about getting a Frisbee, so we have one now. Didn't expect it, though. Okay, so going to go over one that's not from October, but it is just an additional film that I ended up purchasing. And then I'll get into all the October stuff, including the movie that was for the April Fool's Day purchase. I picked up Adult Swim Yule Log because I had heard good things about this, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. But then I saw VHS Halloween on Shudder, and there's a segment from the guy who did Adult Swim Yule Log, Casper Kelly, and I loved it. Loved it. Thought it was phenomenal. Loved the tone and everything, how he did it. So I'm like, now I feel like I need to get this. So picked up Adult Swim Yule Log. This was put out by Decanalog. Heard it's fun. Oh, yeah. And you got some stuff on looks like actually a booklet on the inside. How about that? All right. I don't think it really says anything about the movie, though, which is interesting. Get in the holiday spirit with this cozy crackling fire. Warning, contains violence, adult language, and brief nudity. Which is hilarious. So apparently, from what I've heard, it actually does start with just like what you'd assume is like an ambiance Yule log. And it's just like a log crackling over the fire. And then eventually stuff start to happen. And then it turns into like a full-on movie. So, and it is wild. So excited to watch that. And see, if it matches up what I was seeing in the VHS Halloween segment from Casper Kelly. Okay, so I have 6 films to go over for my October releases here. And they're, as I usually do, they're in order from what I'm least excited about to what I'm most excited about. And for anyone who's interested in my reviews on these, I'm going to do a review and ranking video for all of these releases. Probably in a week or two, I'll put that one out because I have to go through it and go through the special features and essays and all that stuff. So, all right. So the first one that I'm least excited about, but I'm still excited to check it out because I haven't seen it before, Dario Argento's Sleepless. I've heard this is a bad one. They just last month gave us The Card Player by Dario Argento, which was not a good time. I've heard similar things about this one, but I like the artwork. Artwork's really cool. I'm down with that. And then this was the original artwork. And the discs just look the same. It's 4K, obviously. A series of grisly murders is taking place across the Italian city of Turin, prompting the authorities to fear that a copycat killer is on the loose and emulating a gruesome spree that occurred 17 years prior. Those murders were attributed to a writer with dwarfism by the name of Vincenzo de Fabritis, who subsequently passed away, effectively closing the case. Now Detective Ulisse Moretti, who led the original investigation, finds himself drawn out of retirement, and together with the young Giacomo Gallo, whose mother was a victim of the supposed dwarf killer, attempts to unravel the mystery of these new slayings as the mutilated corpses continue to pile up. It has Max von Sydow in it, who was in The Exorcist. Everyone will know him when you see him. He's great. He's great. So I'm excited to check this one out for that reason. But like I said, I'm anticipating this is one I'm not going to keep, just like the Card Player, because it's late Argento, and late Argento has not been good Argento. But could be so bad it's good. I don't know. We'll see. So that's that one. The next one is a double feature. It is what the April Fool's Day release was. And these are Rick Sloane movies. We have Good Girls Don't and Babe Watch Forbidden Parody. So, yeah, let's see what this is all about. And then I just flipped it there, and there you go. Yes. So let's read about it. Director Rick Sloane has made a name for himself. This much cannot be denied. As a one-man B-movie powerhouse, he wrote every one of his feature films, often producing and editing them as well. While he is best known for Hobgoblins and the Vice Academy series, there still remains a few overlooked surprises in the Rick Sloane filmography. I love Hobgoblins. I didn't really like Vice Academy all that much. To some, Good Girls Don't might appear as a clone of Thelma and Louise, but this female buddy film offers its own veritable charms beyond the Sloane universe. As a showcase vehicle for Julia Parton, who is in Vice Academy 3 and 4, oh, I know who she is, she's terrible, and her comedic and singing talents, it pairs her with Renee Estevez, who is in Heathers, as a duo on the run for a murder they didn't commit. Among many Sloane regulars, it also features Mary Woronov, awesome, and Tamara Clatterbuck. With surprising production and dramatic values, Good Girls Don't remains an overlooked career standout. And then Babe Watch Forbidden Parody is a feature firmly nailed down in the arena Sloane was famous for, late-night cable television. Mirroring the Vice Academy model, the lifeguard school has a new competitive crop of students vying for a scant few job positions working the beaches. Friends eager to make this summer the best ever, Raylan Salmon and Ashley Ray find themselves up against an obnoxious Tane McClure. More of a giddy beach romp than an outright parody of the television show, Babe Watch Forbidden Parody fits perfectly into the Sloane canon. So these don't sound great to me, but it's two of them. I'm open to it, and I'm still holding out hope that the magic of Hobgoblin will show up again in some of these Rick Sloane films I've not seen yet. So, yeah, Good Girls Don't and Babe Watch Forbidden Parody. We'll see. This one could very well... I'm feeling this could very well end up being my lowest ranked one when I do these. We'll see. But I am interested in it, obviously. Okay, so the next one... Love the packaging on this. The Man Who Could Cheat Death. And this one was so to tell you, Sleepless was included with my subscription. Good Girls Don't, obviously, was the April Fool's Day purchase. Now, The Man Who Could Cheat Death was included with my subscription. Now, look at this. It's one of these boxes. Yes. And it's that on both sides. I kind of would have liked if they would have done a different picture on the back. Like, don't waste space for different artwork. That's kind of one of the things I like to look for. But anyway, I love the fact that they're doing one of these. There is a essay booklet, thankfully, in this one, because I love the essays. This looks like it might be a little tough to read because it is red writing on black background, which, Vinegar Syndrome, take note. You can't just put any color of text on any color of background. It's hard to read sometimes. They have put out essay booklets that are really hard to get through because reading them are tough. Okay. Then here's the slip for it. Looking solid. This is a 4K, obviously. And then the discs. Looks familiar. All right. In late 19th century Paris, esteemed surgeon and talented sculptor Dr. Georges Bonnet is hiding an extraordinary secret. Many years ago, he discovered the key to eternal life. Despite being 104 years old, he has the appearance of a man in his mid-30s. However, this incredible feat comes at a terrible cost. For every 10 years, Bonnet must undergo a surgery which requires the parathyroid gland of a living victim. When it becomes clear that his old friend and collaborator Professor Ludwig Weiss is no longer capable of conducting the surgery as he had previously, Benet kidnaps his old flame Janine Dubois in an attempt to coerce her new love interest Dr. Pierre Girard into taking up the task. When is this from? 1959. Cool. It's in color, though. This one looks pretty interesting to me. I did watch the trailer for it, and like I said, essay booklet, so I'm super stoked. That usually adds a lot of extra context to the film after you watch it. So even though this one's ranked kind of low on what I'm excited about, I'm still excited about it. So, The Man Who Could Cheat Death. All right, so the next one is another one that was included in the subscription, and that is Ruby. Saw the trailer for this one. This one looks like a lot of fun. It says, a love affair with the supernatural. And usually I'm not huge on these like supernatural horror films, but the trailer really caught me on this one. So we'll see how this 4K is. In 1930s Florida, mobster Nicky Rocco is gunned down by his own gang in front of his mistress Ruby Claire, who turns out to be carrying his child. Almost 2 decades later, Ruby, once a songstress with dreams of stardom, is living out a quiet existence with her daughter Leslie, now a mute 16-year-old, in a large house adjoining a drive-in, which she runs alongside Nicky's old gang members. Run-on sentences. They need a better copy person at Vinegar Syndrome. So many run-on sentences. Just saying. When, one by one, the former mobsters start winding up dead in various bizarre and gruesome ways, a parapsychologist, Dr. Paul Keller, arrives on the scene to investigate. Upon witnessing a series of unsettling supernatural occurrences, he begins to suspect that Nicky is meting out revenge from beyond the grave against those who betrayed him while using his own teenage daughter as the conduit. Okay. This was a commercial high point for Curtis Harrington. 1977. Yeah, again, the trailer looked pretty cool. Very excited for Ruby. All right, got 2 left. So this one is actually a movie I've been meaning to watch for quite some time now, especially since I've been getting more and more into the back catalog of Troma, and that is Romeo, Tromeo and Juliet. I've known about this film for a very long time, just have not watched it. Love the colors they chose for this box. This was another one that was included with my subscription. Oh man, looks really cool. And essay booklet. Love the essay booklets. This will be much easier to read. See black on a light background. That's what you should be doing, Vinegar Syndrome. Same type of artwork that they had on the slip for Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, which was a lot of fun. And there's on the back. I've heard this is a good film. This was James Gunn, who's known for a lot of other things now, mainly running the DCU. There's that. Okay. The Qs and the Capulets have been engaged in a years-long rivalry, which has fostered such a vicious feud that they've each forbidden their children from having any contact with those of the other. When lovable and smut-obsessed slacker Tromeo Q and his friends decide to sneak into a lavish party being hosted by the chaste and proper Juliet Capulet, the two fall in love at first sight, realizing that they must keep their passion for each other secret, especially as Juliet's father has pledged her as a bride to a meat-obsessed business associate. Their forbidden love threatens not only to destroy their families, but also begins causing mayhem and bloodshed all around them. Yes, I'm very, very excited about this. So what major okay, featuring screenplay co-written James Gunn. Okay, I thought maybe he directed this, but he did not. Kaufman did. Lloyd Kaufman. Which Lloyd Kaufman has done a few Shakespeare adaptations. So yeah, I'm very excited to check out Romeo and Juliet. Finally. This literally has been... I've been meaning to watch this for literally over 10 years. It's been a long time. So hey, thanks Vinegar Syndrome. You're making me do it. Okay. And then the last film, the one I'm most excited about, was one I purchased in edition. No surprise here. It was their VSA, which their Vinegar Syndrome Archive is what it stands for people who don't know. Their VSA films are usually the most interesting. And look, this is the first in their Shawsploitation line. So it says up here, Shawsploitation #1. And I will say, I'm kind of shocked. This is a very low number. Out of 5,000, this is 218. I don't think I've ever gotten a release numbered that low before. So they ship my stuff relatively early. So this is Men from the... Whoa, almost lost it. This is Men from the Gutter. I will say I hate this artwork. I think it's terrible. Same with the back. You can't even really tell what you're seeing here so much. It is awful artwork. This is some of the worst artwork I've seen from Vinegar Syndrome, unfortunately. But I'm hoping it's a good release. And then underneath, similar terrible artwork. There is a poster in here and disc, terrible artwork. But what do they have? An essay booklet. All about that. Okay, well this one will be easier to read because that's yellow text on black background. That'll be fine. All right, so I'm going to put that back in there. Let's read about Men from the Gutters. I think I said Men in the Gutter. It's From the Gutter. On the grimy streets of working-class Hong Kong, some merely scheme to get out, and someone has returned to exact savage revenge. After a cop is killed in cold blood, detectives Q and Zhu and Zhao begin tracking a trio of lowly ex-cons plotting a jewel heist. The Hoods hope to land a score that'll finally allow them to leave town, while the cops are chasing a corporate kingpin active in the heroin trade. Meanwhile, a steely yet inconspicuous hitman has arrived from Thailand, eager to take out that same kingpin for having crossed him. While chasing down leads from gun dealers and drug pushers, the police repeatedly encounter these various criminals as the desperation mounts. In a race across smoky gambling dens, cheap love hotels, seedy bars, and dingy warehouses, who will make it out of town alive? From 83. This looked like so much fun, and that's obviously why it's the one I'm most excited about. So, and the fact that there's an essay booklet with it makes me even way more excited because extra context. But can we all agree this is terrible artwork? Like, please don't do this again. I have a feeling, though, that they've already chosen this style of artwork for their Shawsploitation releases, and that worries me a bit. Not, it's about the content so much, but I love the art aspect of these releases, so this is really disappointing for me. But I'm very excited to watch the film, get in the essays, special features, all that jazz. But anyway, that's it. That's what I got for October through Vinegar Syndrome, and then this year we only have their Black Friday stuff left, and then we'll see if I'm renewing as a subscriber after that. I hope so. The finances will have to be there, though. But anyway, actually speaking of that stuff, if you want to support my channel, watching my videos is a great way to support it. Like watching entire videos, multiple of them, that does help me. Being a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up on the video to help get me in front of other people. It helps with that YouTube algorithm. Hit the notification bell button, then you'll know when I'm putting up new videos, which honestly, I'm putting up videos like every single day, at least shorts. I'm primarily putting up shorts, but some feature length like this. I call these feature length, but and if you want to get a little bit more involved and toss me a few dollars each month for what I'm doing here, I do have perks with the channel that you can get. There are 3 membership levels. There's a link in the description so you can look those over, see if there's anything you're interested in. And all of those levels will get you early access to my videos. And I have a lot of videos that are kind of planned out ahead of time, so you can be some of the first people to see it. But if that excites you. But regardless, thanks for taking the time to watch this, and until next time, keep it brutal.